Hello everyone, how do you do? So talking about Apple stock here, right now Apple finally is about to go into this adventure, this road of AI, their own AI. And this is going to be a mammoth undertaking, but it will be something that, it's been long overdue, but it will bring more attention, more strength to Apple. And being soon under new leadership here, this is going to be very interesting too. Now, if you're wondering why is Warren Buffett on the front here drinking a Coca-Cola as he loves Coca-Cola, it's a real testament to Berkshire Hathaway and just Warren Buffett in general. Warren Buffett motto, as I find myself getting older, I really just go back to the nuts and bolts of investing. Find good companies that are producing good, business quarterlies, innovating, all this stuff that you want to see. And Apple truly is just the grandfather of a lot of that conversation. So, right now we're seeing incredible growth on stock price with Apple. These are the biggest growth patterns we've seen on Apple in years right now. So more than not, I think this is where we do see Apple start to take on more attention from the general market. And potentially we could see by the end of this year, Apple gets to a $500 price target. This is very possible here because a lot of analysts, even at this point right now, are raising their S&P 500, stock, S&P 500 price on what they think it's going to end on the end of the year here. Are we going to be at 79, 8,200 points with S&P 500? Well, if we are, it's going to take a lot of the mag driving that, and Apple too looks to be one of the strong suitors that will help that pathway be built out. So, I really do believe this is a moment of you're not buying a bad company whatsoever. That's not the conversation. This is a place of where the dips will be bought aggressively, and right now we are in the dip. So when we had Apple over $300 last week, now we're trading under that. This is just a place of where I do believe you're going to see retail and Wall Street load back up. And this is going to be the progression of what we see the rest of the year. We have these mammoth climbs, then these sell-offs. But in that, we're building these new layers of, the essentially what was the new high is now the new low. And we're just repeating that process back and forth here. So where the next elements start to play out with Apple is essentially this AI. And, Apple already controlling a lot of the global elements when it comes to phone usage and how people communicate with each other. Them building a very strong AI system into their phone will radicalize them even more as a company and how they build that out. And this could take years, and it will, for them to perfect it 100%. But it's Apple. They've got the time, they've got the money, and too, with that, it's something that it's not like they're going to look to sell this. What they're planning on doing with this is using this as just for them as a tool to be an even stronger company. So it really is this fundamental element to where, if you're buying Apple, you're going to be buying into a very strong AI system as well into the future. It really is it's such a strong place that the company is betting on right now, and they're going to do it 100%. But looking at the price right now, I really do think, this is a place where now we're having some sell-off, and you're going to see people start to buy the stock 100%. When we've had these dips here in the past, and obviously May has just turned into something radically different with Apple. Even at the beginning of May, when this stock hit around the 280 position going into 290, a lot of people thought, well, that's that. But it was just the start of what was to come here. And a lot of these, Tom Lee's, Dan Ives, they're saying that we're going to see another 10-15% minimum on a lot of these tech stocks, and Apple 100% is one of those stocks too. So, this is why I think, 400 to 500 is definitely possible. And I say 500 because this is a place of where this stock market has been radical the past 2 years, and it can get even more radical. It really can. Think about what this could turn into. So it's a great investment, obviously, and it's really wild because Apple almost seems to be a growth stock at this point, but it's a stock that has had a slew of stock splits, done very well for generational buy-ins, and we seem to be in this new road right now where it's just becoming a generational buy-in again. So take care, everyone. I hope that helped, and let me know what you think here. Bye bye.